formation. Let's ride.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Frost-Kalnow Stadium, the site of tonight's matchup between the Tiffin Calvert Senecas and the Norwalk St. Paul Flyers. I'm Nate Mullins on the call with Tommy Hall. We've got the Wizard Greg Kinn on the ones and twos keeping us live, and Austin Rodriguez on the camera. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Today's pregame show brought to you by XCARET Mexican Restaurant. I want to take a moment and thank all of our sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports for allowing us to be here. Thank you to your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Buckeye IT Services, XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Hope in Fostoria, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., Lee's Floor Covering, Little HUGO'S, 5-Star Maintenance, DAH Wraps, CLOUSE Electric, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, Circle H Tire, CARMIE'S Barbecue and Grill, and BENCHWARMERS Restaurant and Delivery. All proud sponsors with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. All right, Tommy, we got a little bit of time to break this one down here in the pregame show. 0-2 Norwalk St. Paul, 2-0 Tiffin Calvert, but I think you can throw those records out the window because we know how this matchup goes, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's leaned heavily in the side and in the favor of Norwalk St. Paul, and I believe they're 19-9 overall in this series against Calvert. But these two teams have went back and forth. They've had postseason runs against each other to where, again, seasons have been decided, and there's been a little bit of blood rivalry there between the Norwalk St. Paul Flyers and the Calvert Senecas, who, like we talked about, a tremendous run of playoff appearances. A lot of those games hinged on the outcome of this one that you're about to see here tonight between the Norwalk St. Paul Flyers and the Calvert Senecas.
That's absolutely right, Tommy, and we are excited to get underway here. We're just about set for the opening kick. Of course, opening kickoff brought to you by BenchWarmers Restaurant and Delivery. Tonight, instant replays because it's a Calvert home game brought to you by CARMIE'S Barbecue and Grill. Our player of the game brought to you by Little HUGO'S. Keys to the game, we'll get to those here in just a moment, brought to you by Lee's Floor Covering. We'll talk about the weather report brought to you by SSG Inc., that's STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc. UIS Insurance and Investments is your first down sponsor. First National Bank of Sycamore is our scoreboard sponsor for when we take a look around the area at the other scores. And Hope in Fostoria is our timeout sponsor here tonight. Once again, we are just about set for kickoff, and the opening kickoff will be presented by BenchWarmers Restaurant and Delivery.
Norwalk St. Paul won the coin toss, so they elected to receive here. But our Lee's Floor Covering, keys to the game here before we get started here. St. Paul, with Coach John Livingood, they're just going to continue to do what they've always been known for, whether that's good or bad, as they have a slow start to the 2023 campaign, 0-2. You're going to see a lot of that wing tee offense. You just got to get that offense rolling as the kick is underway here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. It's going to be fielded around the 15 by number 15, but he's driven back.
Nice job by that Calvert special teams unit as they come flying down to make the play right around the 13-yard line as Brock Arbaugh tried to bring it back there, but he actually lost 2 yards on the return.
Yeah, Brady Daly chasing daylight here at Frost-Kalnow on that return as Senecas now have the Norwalk St. Paul Flyers in a precarious position to start this drive.
A beautiful night for football here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. That sun is it's vicious today. Even though it's not very hot, boy, it is bearing down on us here today. As that handoff up the middle, short gain, maybe about a yard on the play. But there's that bunched up formation we're used to seeing out of this Norwalk St. Paul Flyers team, that wing tee offense, Tommy. We're familiar with that. Second and 9 coming up. Flyers come out in a bunch formation, 2 backs in the backfield. Little pitch out to the left, and a little bit of running room there up to about the 19-yard line.
It's going to be important to secure tackles in this one as you see how many Calvert defenders they brought to the line, about 6 ahead, about 9 loaded in the box there, to where, again, if you get to that second level, if you're able to get off that edge, oh, man, Norwalk St. Paul can make you pay. So it's going to be very important for Calvert's the hog mollies up front to do their job in the trenches, get some pressure.
3rd and 5, handoff, Berger off the left side, and that defense right there to make the stop. A couple yards short of the first down, so let's see. It's decision time here early on for the Flyers. 4th down and about a yard. Wow, that's a pretty good spot there. But they're going to bring out the punt unit as this is a little too far into their own territory and a little too early in the game to be trying to go for this one here. But I don't know. We'll see. Ashton Stang, the punter, stands in the backfield awaiting the snap. Try to get the defense to jump, and he gets the punt away, fielded at the 45-yard line. Godfrey on the return, and he's going to be brought down right around the 48-yard line. And some dirty laundry comes flying onto the field here. We'll wait to see what the call is. Looks like they're marching off some penalty yard. Well, actually, wait. We'll see what the call is here. They're preparing to mark it at the 49 before the flag.
During the return, block in the back, number 28 on the receiving team.
So a block in the back.
10 yards from the spot, 1st down.
Block in the back on the receiving team there. So Calvert will have it at their own 41-yard line. Just inside of 2 minutes gone by here on the first quarter game clock. We're down to 10:09 here left in the first quarter. Senecas out of the pistol formation. Harry Schultz in the shotgun, takes the snap, handoff. That looks like Warnament off the right side. And he's got it up past the 45 to the 46-yard line, and that's where he'll be cut down. Good for about a 5-yard gain. That sun is going to be, I'm already battling with it, and it's not even close to the tree line yet, so, wow. Second down and 5. Ball at the 46. Schultz in the shotgun, 3 receivers on the near side. Schultz loads up, fires it, complete. Run back with the reception to the 40 to the 35. Inside Flyer territory down to about the 33-yard line. Nice little pitch and catch there.
Jacob Rumback, our little HUGO'S player of the game from a week ago, and one of the dangest week 2 of football you ever catch. As our coverage had 2 of the craziest games you ever watched. So go back and watch that on the replay, available anytime on YouTube. But this Calvert Senecas offense, if you've been able to see them this year, they've been able to really calibrate this high-powered offense and start showing some points on the board.
Pitch out to the right side. That's Rumback on the carry. It's a little stiff arm, gets him a couple extra yards, but he's out of bounds near the 30-yard line. Good for about 3 yards.
Kind of got that 1-2 punch with Cal Warnament and Rombach.
Warnament, the 3rd leading rusher in the SBC River. Actually, 3rd leading rusher, yeah. 168 yards on the season.
Then you also have the option to run RPO with the Magic Man and Harrison Schultz, as he can scramble and tuck it and run. And again, this Calvert offense, it's a sight to be seen. They've been effective throughout the first 2 weeks, as this one handed right up the middle.
And a nice little burst there with the second effort, gets him a yard, but that's about it. And it'll bring up 3rd and 5.
It's 3rd and manageable. You were at 2nd and 9. If you're Tiffin Calvert here on this opening drive, just relax. I mean, you kind of gotta be like one of these Maryland Sizelove cookies. You just gotta chew on it for a while, chew up those yards, and then get the sweet spot.
That's right. Oh, those cookies got the sweet spot for sure. 4 receiver set. Schultz in the backfield. 1 man back there with him. He brings a man in motion. That's Billy CLOUSE. Schultz slings it out to CLOUSE on the left side. Complete. CLOUSE breaks a tackle, and he's got it up past the first down marker up to the 23-yard line. Billy CLOUSE on the reception. Good for 6 yards. And a Tiffin Calvert first down, brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments.
Greg didn't like that. He's over there shaking his head. He didn't like the cookie pillow talk.
No, I was just thinking to myself, hopefully, unlike the cookies, they last an entire game because mine's gone already.
Oh, no.
Yeah, mine was gone before we even started the broadcast. Pistol formation, 2 backs in the backfield, 3 receiver set. Schultz takes the snap, handoff, run back actually up the middle a little bit here, a little bit of running room. Down to about the 19-yard line, good for about 4 yards. 2nd down and 6 coming up here for the Senecas as they continue to move the ball here. This one started out at their own 41-yard line. They've got it down inside the red zone now at the 19. Schultz out of the shotgun. 3 receivers on the far side. Takes the snap. Looking. Slings it into the end zone. Oh, what a catch by Billy CLOUSE! And they're going to say
I think his knee
he's
hit
down
right
at the
before he got
1. Down at the 1-yard line. What a catch by
Let's go
Billy
ahead and
CLOUSE.
take a
Let's
look
take a
at
look at
this.
that one again. Of course, instant replays brought to you by CARMIE'S Barbecue and Grill.
Well, you look at Schultz, he got all the time in the world. You can read through about 3 different check downs, progressions. As he checks through that, he finds Billy CLOUSE there towards the corner, goes down right there.
Great job by
Inside the
that
1.
big blue wrecking crew up front, giving him plenty of time. Schultz going to keep it, and hang on, we got a whistle. Offsides on the offense. So they're going to say encroachment on the offense, but somebody was lined up in the neutral zone. That's all that was.
Well, Calvert putting together a nice, sustainable drive here on their opening drive. And it's just like we talked about. This offense, it ain't quick, it's sudden.
That's right.
Once you see the play develop or once you see the big play there, Harrison Schultz, I mean, there's a reason why we call it the Magic Man. He pulls it out of the hat and makes things happen down there.
Handoff. Ornament into the end zone. Touchdown, Tiffin Calvert. The Senecas on the board first as Cal Warnament punches it in from 6 yards out. And that'll give these Senecas a 6-0 lead. And for Cal Warnament, that is his 2nd rushing touchdown on the season, tying him for the team lead with Jacob Rumback.
Tommy, you were talking about the Magic Man. Let's go ahead and take a look at that graphic here.
Absolutely.
You see some of the quick stats throughout those first 2 games. A little bit of a rushing threat, as you see there on the ground and through the air. Again, the Steve Reeser offense kind of identifies itself with the playmaking ability of its bigs.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of playmakers that they like to get the ball into the hands of, but in order for that to happen, they need time up front, Tommy, and that's what that big blue wrecking crew comes in, man. They are just – there's something else. This team –
Isn't it crazy to think about Harry Schultz?
There we go.
In his journey. I like that, the big blue wrecking crew. I love it. But you think about Harrison Schultz's journey and, his freshman campaign behind, Jack Schultz. Sitting on the learning tree for that one season and then being given the keys to the kingdom here, taking on this Calvert offense is sophomore, junior, senior campaign now. I've really liked the maturation and growth Harrison Schultz has made as a quarterback because we were trying to identify or pinpoint what exactly his strengths were going to be. Is he a pocket passing quarterback? Is he a guy that is able to make something happen on the run? Is he a scramble-like quarterback? And I think the answer to all those questions over the years have been yes.
Yeah, he's everything. He's whatever you need him to be. And they missed the extra point there as we were too busy talking about that big blue wrecking crew leading the way. And we missed the extra point. Oh, it's off the front of a flyer, and it takes a Norwalk St. Paul bounce as Logan DeMoss nearly had it. He had it in his hands, but it just bounces off and takes a flyer bounce back to Norwalk St. Paul. Look at that. Oh,
So close.
They'll recover it at the 27-yard line. That's where Norwalk St. Paul will start out with this possession. Last time they were on the field, Tommy, they went 3 and out. Two backs in the backfield, handoff. And running room here as they get it up near the 34-yard line.
You're right, Nate. With just about 7 minutes to go in the first stanza of action, Calvert really in control throughout the first 4 minutes of this one. As you just talked about, Norwalk St. Paul facing a 3 and out. That's what that wing T offense can do for you. You need 4 yards, they can get you 4 yards. You need more than 4 yards, it can get you 4 yards.
And an offsides is going to be called against Tiffin Calvert.
Got an offside, that'll get you 4 yards.
That'll get you 5. And that'll move the chains as we'll give them a fresh set of downs here. That is a penalty earned UIS Insurance and Investments first down. 3 backs in the backfield. Handoff.
Oh, look at that.
And a nice carry there as number 25, that's Sean Bogner, carries it forward and picks up good yardage.
Can
about
I get a
8.
replay of that play?
The big guys up front really cleared a lot of running
You just
room.
got to see this open lane from overhead.
Oh, I didn't get it past that.
Almost.
Nice job by the Flyer offense, opening up plenty of lanes.
2nd and 2. Handoff. And I believe that's Berger on the carry.
Your gap commitment changes when you see more than one back in that backfield, Nate.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Because now you've got 2 blocking backs leading the way for that back.
Yep.
And it's easy to pick up. I wouldn't say easy, but it's easier to pick up one blocking back. That second one really kind of sets the tone for that kind of a play.
That, and it also opens you up to the trap so much.
Eric Hall, you can go home.
Another handoff.
Berger
Off the
on the
left side.
carry, and good for about a yard on the play. Ben Berger and Sean Bogner in the backfield. I'm not going to get that confused at all, Greg.
What worked there?
Sean Berger and Ben Bogner on the. 2nd and 9.
I like the alliteration there, though. Ben Berger sounds like a Marvel superhero.
Yeah. Handoff. And the defense doing a nice job so far on those inside run plays.
You see him squeeze out at the end there? Just kind of popped out of the, I don't know, let's see if I caught that one. Watch here at the end of the pile. It looks like he's stuffed in there, he's all stopped. And then here at the very end, you see him, whoop.
Personnel change. As we'll have number 80.
It's good for an extra yard.
I don't have an 83 listed.
3rd and 5. They're going to throw it. Throw over to the right side. That's incomplete. Intended receiver there was Brady Daly. But an incomplete pass. And it looks like the punt unit will come onto the field here.
You know, I joke about the yardage pickup situation when you run that wing T. But at the same time, it's like you're able to advance the ball past midfield. You might as well continue with what got you there. You try for that overthrown little quick screen there.
Yeah, but they need 6, not 4 time. Oh, my goodness.
Ball on the ground still. Senecas look like they might have fell on top of it here. We'll see what the call is. Either way, they're going to get the ball there regardless, so it doesn't matter who has the ball.
See what I caught here.
It'll be marked at the 37-yard line.
Oh, just a really high snap. Almost got up there to get it, though. How about that?
And he nearly got that one away.
And the scrum there afterwards, everybody trying to get their hands on it.
But as they say, close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. And
Who's that
now
in on this?
Calvert will take over.
Who's that in on
opponent
the play there?
45.
I think that was Carter Cook that almost got that one.
I thought it was 22, but I'll have to go back and look.
It might have been John Schumacher.
Sends a man in motion.
Schultz out of the shotgun, handoff, left side, Warnament. Not a whole lot of running room. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it.
You want to go back to the replay and see who it was that got in there
Yeah, who was it? Yeah, it is Shoemaker.
Yeah.
John Schumacher. Nice job there with the extra effort.
I'm not a big fan of that last name. It's always switching back and forth. Shoemaker, Schumacher, Shoemaker.
Schultz fakes the handoff. Now he's going to keep it. Got some running room. Stiff arm, breaks the tackle. Up to the 25 and down to the 24-yard line. That's good for a first down for Tiffin Calvert.
And
Whew, the magic man.
Harry Houdini shakes the chains off and moves them for another Calvert first down. I think he took exception to when I called him Harry that one time. Remember that?
According to Isaac, all the kids on the team call him Harry, but I call him Harrison. Schultz, four-man set. Drops to pass, loads up into the end zone. Klaus in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Tiffin Calvert. Hang on, what's the flag? I believe there's no signal for touchdown here, so we'll see what the call is. Klaus went up and got that one, though.
Klaus maybe did a little push off there.
Let's take a look at that. Greggy, you got a replay on that one?
A little OPI, a little DPI. Let's find out. I seen a little, again, between two defenders.
I didn't see anything.
Maybe it was a contact. I always love the rumor and conjecture when you say something and then you hear it telephone down, down the booth. Or down the press box.
And touchdown, Tiffin Calvert. Play stands. Billy Klaus goes up and just snags that one in between two defenders.
Well, no rumor or innuendo. That touchdown's going to stand as Klaus with another lights-out play between two defenders to put the Senecas up. Another score. Let's see if they go for two here to make up for the missed PAT or if they're going to kick it here.
I think they're going for two.
Going for two. Motion.
Schultz, pitch out, run back on the right side, trying to find room, and he gets into the end zone for the two-point conversion. And it's 14-0 Tiffin Calvert with 3:26 left here in the first quarter. What a start by these Senecas.
Here you watch that two-point conversion. Now a true two-score game as Senecas 14 on the Flyers here in their just the first quarter of action from Frost-Kalnow Stadium. I want to thank you for joining us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. I'm Tommy Hall along with Nate Mullins and Greg Kinn the Wizard. I want to thank you all for joining us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Tell your friends, hey, Heart of Ohio Sports got the Calvert Senecas on. And
Over on the X stream, we got Seneca East tonight, guys.
That's right. Monroeville and Seneca East in action. Take a look at the First National Bank of Sycamore scoreboard.
I was going to say, unlike the rest of the area, Calvert firmly in control. But when we check in on our other area teams, Nate?
Monroeville leading Seneca East 7-0. Once again, you can find that over on the X stream. And River Valley leading Tiffin Columbian 6-0 at the start of the first quarter. Of course, if you're tuned in trying to find that Tiffin Columbian game, good luck, folks. That's a 2.5-hour drive, and we just could not make it over there to cover that one. Sorry. We will try. We are going to be over there for the Bishop Watterson game next weekend, so just couldn't put it in the budget to make 2.5-hour trips 2 weeks in a row. So, oh, nice kick return here as Brady Daly brings it back all the way to the 43-yard line. Nice return as he found a crease there on the outside and took that one. That's for about a 30-yard return.
That's what you love about high school football. That momentum can change so quickly as the Senecas got out on an early lead on the Flyers 14-0. And now, after a good return by the Flyers, they'll have some room to work here. Ball on the 44-yard line.
Flyers got to get some momentum on this drive here.
They literally have to make hay while the sun's shining still.
That's true.
You know, try to cut away at this deficit. Got plenty of time. 3:19 here in the first quarter. You got a full 48 minutes to work with.
You know, every time I come to this stadium and we call a game like this, and I'm sitting here thinking, why is the press box on this side of the field? Like, why isn't it on that side of the field? It would make a lot more sense if the press box was over there, wouldn't it? Like, the stadium's kind of flipped, like it's turned around. It's almost sideways. It's a beautiful facility. Obviously, we love it here. Just whenever I get here, 7 o'clock at night, there's a bad snap on the ground. Flyers are going to have to eat this one back at the 35-yard line. Nice job by the defense to get in there and swarm on Drew Coonley.
I mean, you talk about a town that settled into a flood and tornado valley.
A flooded tornado valley.
Flood and tornado valley.
And now the Flyers will have it second down and about 17. Ball at the 36-yard line. Coonley back to pass, slings it over the middle. He's got a receiver, and they've got it complete up to the 43-yard line, and that'll be right at about the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd and 9 coming up here for the Flyers.
And you like when you have those wrinkles in your game that the defense didn't prepare for.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I said, Coach John Livingood, he's had about every athlete back there at the QB spot that you could probably have ever imagined. So when he needs to mix it up and do a little balanced attack, another high snap.
Coonley gets it away, completes it to Berger on the right side, and how they still end up making the first down, and Ben Berger carries it all the way up to the 30-yard line and out of bounds, but hang on. There is a flag all the way back here at the 32-yard line. We'll see what the call is, but
Greg, you got the replay of that?
it should still be good enough for a first down based on where the flag is thrown.
Look at this one more time. Yeah, Berger with a
What a
whopper
play.
of a play.
What a play by Drew Coonley to pick that up and sling it out to the right. Yeah, it should still be good enough for the first down here. It was the 3rd and 9. Oh, face mask. So that would be an add-on to the end of the play. So Tiffin Calvert called for the infraction. That is a personal foul. It'll add on 15 yards at the end of the play. So they will mark this one all the way down about the 20-yard line. 17 is where they'll mark it, yeah. Costly penalty for Tiffin Calvert as they had the Flyers in a 3rd and 9 situation, and then a bad snap. Drew Coonley picked that up 5-10 yards behind the line of scrimmage and still made something happen there. Handoff, left side, and linebackers doing a good job here tonight of really coming up and reading their keys, filling these holes before these runners are able to get it into that second level. Uncharacteristically, most of the success we've seen from the Flyers today has been through the air, Tommy. We have not really, I mean, this is not a pass-happy offense by any means.
I'll take a timeout here.
And St. Paul takes a timeout. We'll keep it right here for this Hope and Fostoria timeout. Gives me time to talk about our friends at Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. They've been a part of this community for 70 years. They're a member-driven financial cooperative and delighted to provide a personal touch to an often impersonal industry with a focus on respect and member satisfaction while caring for your financial needs. Stop in at Your Legacy, located at 25 Schaefer Park Drive in Tiffin. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA. And folks, if you're looking for a new car right now, I highly suggest you go check out one of our financial institutions first. Either Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, First National Bank of Sycamore. We do business with two of the best financial institutions in the area. And it's always recommended to get not just one, but multiple opinions, multiple quotes. Go out and try to get pre-approved by not just one bank before you go shopping. That way you know what your budget is. You know what you've got to work with. And you can go into any dealership armed and ready for any kind of surprise they try to throw at you because, you know, most dealerships, they don't like it when you come in with your own financing, right, Tommy?
No, you just keep passing that bad advice off to people, and you know, I'll see you when you come in. But no, you're absolutely right, Nate. It's good to be ahead of the game. Know your financial know your financial situation and put it in the hands of people who have your best interest in mind instead of the interest they're going to collect.
Handoff, a little bit up the middle. Close to the first down marker. They'll mark him down at the 9-yard line. They need to get it inside the 8 to pick up the first. So 3rd down and about 2 coming up here. It looks like a power formation once again here for the Flyers. Handoff. And a nice bruising run there by the Flyers. Gets it up to the 5-yard line. Ben Berger on the carry. Picks up the Flyer first down. Down to the 5-yard line. We're inside of a minute to play, down to 35 seconds here in the first quarter. 14-0 Tiffin Calvert, but the Flyers are threatening with a 1st and goal at the 5. Power formation once again. Coonley settles under center. Handoff. And the defense right there to make the stop, and they drive him backwards. Maybe got a yard up to the 4-yard line, but that's about it.
Senecas doing their dangest to not allow Norwalk to put any points on the board here in the first quarter. As this one's going to come to a – we're going to switch sides here.
So that's a long walk to make here for both teams. Flyers, after trudging their way downfield, now they've got to switch sides to the other side. End of the first quarter, Tiffin Calvert 14, Norwalk St. Paul nothing. We're going to step aside, take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Why go to Lee's Floor Covering in Tiffin? Because at Lee's Floor Covering, they know that selecting the right flooring for your home can be overwhelming. They make choosing the right items for your home simple. At Lee's Floor Covering, they have one of the largest selections of floor covering in Northwest Ohio, including UIS Insurance and Investments, your hometown agency providing a full range of insurance and financial services with a local touch. Contact your local homegrown agent, Jeff Leopold, for a professional review today at 419-447-4242, extension 1144.
We connect fans to the action like no one else can. As a business in today's market, you got to stay ahead of the game. And what better way than to get on board with the fastest growing brand in media today? I mean, you can take it from me, or you can just listen to them. When recruiters want to see our game film, we tell them they can watch it on Heart of Ohio Sports.
It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
All right, and we're back here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. We start the second quarter with the Senecas leading 14-0, but the Flyers on the move. 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line as they get ready to try to add a little bit of they want to add some points to the scoreboard. Coonley, pitch out left side, and Berger is going to carry it into the end zone for the touchdown. Flyers onto the scoreboard here with 11:55 left in the first half. Ben Berger with a nice bruising run there as he bounces off of a defender and carries it into the end zone for a touchdown. A lefty kicker here as this one is up and it is through. So Flyers knock through the extra point. It is 14-7, Tiffin Calvert. Oh, what a beautiful day. Let's check out the weather report brought to you by STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc. As currently here in Tiffin and Seneca County, it is 74 degrees. Sunny is an understatement. I mean, there's not a cloud in the sky today. Beautiful day for football here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. Currently, no wind really to speak of. 3-mile-an-hour wind, and It's going to get down to about 69 by the end of this one. 68? Yeah, very nice.
Oh, man, what great weather we have.
Oh, so beautiful. Love it. Once again, 14-7 is your score. 11:55 left here in the first half.
Money.
Time to make some money. Uh-oh, here's Greg. Greg's got giggles now.
This is so comical. Like, you just bumped it. When it bumped, it was like, you hit a cash.
It's like I hit a cash register.
Well, Norwalk St. Paul hit a cash register and turned it into 7 points there on that last drive after a huge return. Helped the Flyers cap off a tremendous drive. But now on the return here by the Senecas, I believe that was number 18 on the return.
Curtis Ream on the return for Tiffin Calvert there. We'll take a look around the area at our scoreboard. First National Bank of Sycamore presents our look around the area, our scoreboard here. As we'll get to that after this play. Seneca's in the shotgun here, 4 receiver set, 2 on each side of the formation. Schultz.
St. Paul in that 4-4
Hand off to Rumback, off the left side. Breaks a tackle, and he's into the open. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Tiffin Calvert. Jacob Rumback takes it 62 yards for a Calvert touchdown.
In a lot of ways, again, you expect that mano-a-mano type of look from your defense when you line up in that kind of 4-4 look. But when you open yourself up to that,
look at that broken tackle right there.
Hat on a hat. Blocks were where they needed to be. And Rombach at the second level, good luck with that one.
Yeah, and a state champion track athlete, you're not going to catch that guy.
Remember, he asked me to be on their 4x100 team.
I bet he did. Extra point attempt is up and is through the uprights, and the Senecas once again have a 14-point lead. It's now 21-7 with 11:39 left. That drive took just 16 seconds off the clock, Tommy.
Not quick, but they're sudden.
That is sudden.
But that's the thing is these Flyers, they did a tremendous job on their last drive after 14 on the insert of closing that gap, chopping away at that deficit. Really didn't let the Senecas get too comfortable in the driver's seat. But right there, the first play from scrimmage there on the ensuing drive, after the touchdown drive by the Flyers, Rombach able to just take it to the house and, again, extend this lead out by 2 scores.
Once again, let's take a look at our First National Bank of Sycamore scoreboard. We'll take a look at the scores from around the area as Bellevue trailing Shelby 14-13. That's in the second quarter. Clyde leading Toledo Waite 14-0 in the first quarter. Hopewell Loudon on top of Fostoria 21-6. That is in the first quarter. River Valley leading Tiffin Columbian 13-7 in the first quarter. Margaretta on top of Mohawk 6-0. That is in the second quarter. And Sandusky leading Lorraine 15-12 in the first quarter. Cary on top of Lima Central 7-0. That is in the first quarter. Oak Harbor leading Port Clinton 7-0. No score from Lakota Northwood, and Monroeville Seneca East with the Eagles leading 14-0 over on the X Stream. You can find that once again on YouTube. Search Heart of Ohio Sports X Stream as they're over there for Military Appreciation Night in Attica. And those Eagles, man, I'll tell you.
How you gonna play a team named the Eagles on Military Appreciation Night? That's just asking for trouble.
Yeah. Kickoff return fielded inside the 10, brought back to the 28, maybe the 29-yard line. And it's getting to that point where the sun's starting to get to the tree line, and it is going to be really hard for me to make out numbers until that sun goes down.
Well, if it were up to you, Greg, national bird would be the finger.
Make sure you stick around for the halftime show brought to you by Buckeye IT Services. We'll have the marching band performances from both schools. Coonley under center, handoff off the right side, maybe a couple yards, up to about the 31-yard line.
Man, this Calvert defense, they just swarm to the ball. You had a tremendous open look there by the Flyers. You had blockers in place, but the pursuit to the ball is what closed that gap real quick and closed down those lanes.
You know, I read a stat, Tommy. This Flyers team has not started out 0-3 since 1991, John Livengood's first season as head coach with the St. Paul Flyers. Coonley, play action, slings it out on the left side, completes it, and they have it up to the first down marker. Nice little pitch and catch there. Beautiful completion there on the left sideline as they find Josh Pokos. That play action is going to get that defense off guard because they're selling out on the run right now, Tommy. They are making sure that they are not going to run the ball against them here tonight.
Hurry up to the line.
Under center, Coonley, little pitch to the right. Berger finds his blocks, and he carries it forward for about a 4-yard gain up to about the 46-yard line.
Trying to catch the defense on its heels. That play could have went for more.
And usually, Tommy, when I've seen these two teams play in the past, that little pitch-out play is just nasty for this team. And tonight, Seneca's done a pretty good job of slowing it down on the edges, forcing them to come back inside. That's the key. Don't let them get the edge. Force them back in.
And you widen that defense up a little bit. You sacrifice your
What a
secondary.
hit.
Expect to get the job done up front.
Jacob Rumback coming up to lay the wood. They do pick up the first down, but Rumback made sure he paid for it.
Well, again, you're going to have to turn out those blue-collar yards if you're St. Paul out here tonight. You just can't allow the Senecas to can't allow them to get too far out ahead. You don't want to be making up points late in the game.
Coonley drops back to pass, slings it out left side. He's got it out to his receiver.
That's a nice mix and a nice balanced attack on this drive. Again, you want to cut this down to that one-score differential. That way you can continue to implement and utilize your game plan.
Brady Daly on the reception. Good for about 8 yards. Once again, Tommy, this defense is really selling out against the run. They're keeping 5 up on the line, maybe even 6 on the line. Yeah, look, they've got 6 defenders at the line of scrimmage.
That's what St. Paul wants them to do.
Well,
right when you give up on it, that's what they're going to hit you with, another dose of that.
And another Flyer first down as this drive, methodical is what I would call it at this point.
And that's the dangerous part, Nate, is, again, if you have one hiccup in this drive, it could completely stifle or derail the entire drive. But thus far, the Flyers have been able to convert when they need to and make up short and distance situations.
1st and 10, Coonley handoff, Berger off the right side. Defense is right there to make the stop after about a 2-yard gain up to the 34-yard line.
See, now we'll see what they draw up on, like a 2nd and 8 here. You got a chance you run the ball, maybe pick up 3 or 4. Then you have the option. You pitch out, run it up, do a quick screen, low pitch and catch, make up that 3rd and 5. Or if the Calvert Senecas get a stop here, guess what? Now you're faced trying to make up a 3rd and distance situation.
Coonley, handoff.
And yeah,
Pokos doesn't pick up a whole lot there, maybe a couple up to the 32, but that's...
Right in there, real quick into the backfield to get him.
You said 22? 52?
man, even 2's generous on that.
Sam Morgan on the stop.
Because 3rd and 6 is 3rd and manageable.
So a 3rd down coming up here for the Flyers. Ball at the 32-yard line. Inside of 8 minutes to play here in the first half. Seneca's leading 21-7. Coonley settles under center. He's going to be back to pass, looking over the middle of the field, and it's batted down at the line and incomplete. Nice job by that big defensive line. just getting their hands up there as, guess who? Cam Moyer, and all of his 6'4" frame, gets his hands up and says, nah, you're not passing over me today.
I think the situation really calls for the way this offense has been rolling. They're averaging about 5 or 6 yards per play, honestly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's no doubt in my mind this is a 4-down territory situation. 3rd and 6 on that last situation, you were given an extra play to try to make something happen there in that passing situation.
Back to pass. Coonley sets up the screen on the right side, breaks a tackle. Berger does a nice job, gets it forward and up to the 23-yard line for the conversion.
How do you get burned on the screen on a 4th and 6?
Oof.
Exactly. Seneca's caught sleeping there as the Flyers now fly by with a 1st down. Oof. Right here.
Nice job there by that offensive line of setting that up.
Deep in the
as they set up the initial
Almost
block.
got him there. Almost got him.
Ugh. Ugh.
Ball at the 23.
Good play call, great execution.
Power formation. Coonley, little pitch out to the left side.
Oh, they got the edge here.
Hurdles the defender.
Arm tackles
Berger
aren't gonna
tripped
do it.
up from behind, but it looks like he's got enough for another 1st down. Of course, 1st down's brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments. Ball marked at the 13-yard line. 1st and 10. Inside of 7 minutes to play.
The discipline on display here by the Flyers have really proved paramount in keeping them and keeping this one a close one. As again, you see 2-score differential. It's been a lot closer than that. As the Senecas on a quick score by Rombach in their last drive, you know, other than that, the Flyers have really carried the momentum.
And a timeout called by Norwalk St. Paul. We'll keep it right here with 6:28 left here in the first half for this Hope and Fostoria timeout. We'll take this time and thank our sponsors. I want to give a shout out and a thank you to our presenting sponsors, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Buckeye IT Services, and XCARET Mexican Restaurant. Also want to thank Hope and Fostoria, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., Lee's Floor Covering, Little HUGO'S, 5-Star Maintenance, DAH Wraps, CLOUSE Electric, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, Circle H Tire, CARMIE'S Barbecue and Grill, and BENCHWARMERS Restaurant and Delivery, all proud sponsors with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Of course, CARMIE'S Barbecue and Grill, a new added sponsor this week. They're on board with us because it is a Calvert home game, and they have elected to sponsor all Calvert home games this year on Heart of Ohio Sports. So we want to thank them, thank the owner, Adam Smith, and his wife, and the great staff.
The smorgasbord up here, is that what you call sponsoring the home game?
That is definitely part of sponsoring the press box up here for sure. Some good eatings before we got on the air tonight. Once again, shout out and a thank you to CARMIE'S Barbecue and Grill, our instant replay sponsor here tonight. 6:28 left here in the first half, 21-7 Senecas. Coonley, handoff, Pocos up the middle, down to about the 10, maybe the 9-yard line. Give him about 4 on the play. 2nd down and 6 coming up. Inside of 6 minutes to play here in the first half. One receiver out to the right. A little pitch out to the right for Berger. And the defense there to make the stop, but not after he picks up about 5 up to the 5-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down, but 3rd and a manageable 1.5 here for the Flyers. They need to get it to the 3 to pick up the 1st down here. This is a big-time drive for the Flyers as they were able to answer that long touchdown pass. And you got to think this defense has been on the field a lot, Tommy, here in this first half.
Good coaching. Coach living good.
Berger on the handoff, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Norwalk St. Paul.
You hit it on the head at the top of the program. You can throw those you could throw those record books out the window coming into tonight. I know St. Paul started off 0-2. They've taken on some tremendous competition, but you're not just gonna find Coach Living Good sleeping. He's gonna make you earn.
No good on the extra point. I believe somebody got a hand on that. Greg, you got a replay on that one?
I don't know if we're looking at the replay, so I'm not sure what we caught. Let's find out. Oh, just barely right there.
Yeah, I think somebody might have got a hand on that one. So a nice job there. Yeah, that sun is just absolutely, it's almost done. It's almost done with its temper tantrum here today. But 5:08 left to play here in the first half. Senecas leading 21-13.
We're outside that opening 3 and out by the Flyers. Every time the Flyers have sniffed the red zone, they've found pay dirt. As Flyers continue to draw near. It's just such a weird dynamic in this game because the Senecas, they're doing what the offense is being asked of. They're going out there, they're scoring points, but these long drives by the Flyers, they start to wear on you as this one goes on.
Yeah.
Especially at this level, you got a lot of guys that are two-way players.
Oh, for sure. What happened there? He must have bumped something under there.
Called your size 14 feet.
You're the only one that complains. No, just playing.
Uh-oh.
Warnament reverses field. Breaks a tackle, gets it inside the 40 down to about the 44-yard line before he is ridden out of bounds. Five minutes to play here in the first half. Senecas leading by 8. 21-13 is your score. We'll take a look around the area at our First National Bank of Sycamore scoreboard just after this play. Shotgun set. Schultz fakes the handoff. Hang on, we got a penalty, and I thought somebody got it going a little bit too early there. Sometimes you start to see that the motion man or the running back in that situation, he kind of gets a little bit of a lean before. It's almost like they're anticipating that snap count, like they know when it's coming. Obviously, they do know because it's the offense. But
I've heard you for 9 seasons say that exact thing in this exact game.
It's just
every year.
It's what I see.
It's coached. It's coached. It's just how it is.
Run back with the reception.
Set up something there.
Breaks a tackle. He's got it up to about the 48-yard line. They'll give him the 47. 2nd and 6 coming up here for the Senecas. Inside of 5 minutes to play.
What are you guarding between the stairwell and the trash can? That Kool-Aid?
Yes.
64 ounces.
Warnament on the handoff. Up to the 50-yard line. So they'll mark him at midfield for this 3rd down and 3 coming up. Down to 4 minutes to play here in the first half. Make sure you stick around for the halftime show brought to you by Buckeye IT Services.
These two teams, they weren't messing around throughout the first 24 minutes here. In a blink of an eye, we're closing in on this first half of football being in the books, and the Senecas facing a 3rd and 3 here.
Schultz fakes to Warnament,
Delayed
gives to Rumback, and Jacob Rumback picks up the first down. After initial contact was made right at the line of scrimmage, Tommy, he just broke out of that tackle, carried it forward for another 5 yards.
I don't know how well it ages, but it kind of reminds me of those OSU Zeke Elliott days. You remember when he would kind of do that? He would take the handoff and kind of pick what hole he was going to attack, wait for that block to develop, and then if you're a big bruising back, you're able to kind of impose your will when you meet him in the gap.
That's right.
And that's exactly what Rombach did.
Schultz rolls to his right, sets it up over the middle of the field, complete. He's got it out, and that's Jacob Rumback on the reception up to the 35-yard line.
I know, Nate, tomorrow you'll be watching some Scarlet and Gray in the afternoon, but don't
As long
forget,
as I can get out of here on time.
Yeah.
I'll be up here for the Tiffin University game with Russell Snyder.
Heck yeah.
About time they put you to work.
Look forward to checking that out.
3 receivers set. Schultz, handoff to Warnament. Rumback with a nice lead block there. Warnament carries it off the left side. He's got it inside the 30 down to about the 28-yard line. And that was a nice lead block there by Jacob Rumback. Just getting out in front, burying his head down in there and clearing space. So the ball at the 28-yard line. Down to 2:28 left here in the first half. Senecas on the move.
You can see and feel that sun just
I
going
know.
down.
Harrison Schultz
Loads
loads it up into the end zone. Schumacher. Oh, they're going to say he was out of bounds. Oh, man. Greggy, do we got a replay? Because I know they can't look at it, but I want to.
All of that and then some. As Harrison Schultz heaves one.
Oh, I don't know about that, man. That was, whew.
Of course you don't know about that.
Flyers caught a break. Flyers caught a break.
I'll tell you, man, I'll have to watch that one again. But it looks like one foot was out, and I don't know if the other one actually touched down before he went out of bounds.
I know one foot was in. I just don't know if that other one was
Yeah,
still in
I'm not sure if it
when
touched
that
in
one,
or not.
yeah.
If it touched, since it was in, but
And Harrison Schultz going to keep it off the right side, trying to find some running room.
He's still on his feet.
And there's a flag that flies in on the back end of the play here. We'll
Probably
see what the
blocking the
call
back
is,
there.
but that's usually what it is.
Can't unravel here. Closing in on 2 minutes of the first half.
And it looks like they'll push him back here.
So you had a touchdown reception taken away as the receiver was forced out of bounds. Then the next play, they commit a penalty, march back to face a 2nd and 20.
Shotgun formation.
8 in the box by the Flyers.
Shake the
Blitz.
handoff. Schultz.
Ugh, that's a hold. That's
Gets
a
it
hold.
away, and it's complete to Warnament, but there's a flag that comes in. Warnament breaks a tackle, and he's going to be brought down right around the 25, but that flag flies in the backfield. Holding.
I don't even know if they called the holding on where it actually.
They call it against Cameron Bajent.
These march off yards go against your stats too.
So they'll mark it at the 48-yard line. 2nd and a mile coming up.
2nd and 30 on the 48. As you were marching towards the red zone.
Empty backfield, 5 receivers on the field for the Senecas here. Schultz all by himself. Motions Godfrey, fakes the handout. Oh, they do give it to Godfrey, and he's bottled up right at the line of scrimmage.
Nice read by the Flyers. They send one on the blitz the rest of the secondary able to pursue and come up, make a stop there. I mean, I get it. Marching off that minute, you're going to get the ball back at the half. On that 2nd and 30, you're just trying to make up some of that yardage to make that 3rd down that much more manageable, but it's hard not to be greedy. It's hard not to want to.
Schultz has pressure. Rolls to the left. And he's going to be brought down after about a gain of 5.
He's out of bounds, though, too.
To the 43-yard line.
That's 4 down.
Should have kept that one in bounds to run a little bit more of that clock off, but.
Yeah, because the Flyers only have that one timeout. They would have had to burn it there. They going to punt it here?
Absolutely. Run back awaits the snap. Ben Berger back deep to return for the Flyers. And run back gets the punt away. Fielded at the 5 by Berger. To the 15, to the 20, 25, and he's going to be ridden down right at the 30-yard line by Jacob Runback.
I stand by that as four down territory. No, great strategy there. Good call to try to pin the Flyers deep, but Berger, not the return man or the up man that you want to have bringing it back on you. As he's just been a playmaker throughout this one, giving his team a chance in and out throughout the first 24 minutes. Now with 29 seconds left.
Coonley back to pass. Looking down the middle of the field. Oh, incomplete. He had a man down there, and he was open.
That was
Ashton Stang was the intended receiver.
That was a game changer there. That Stang, he must have been a 4.8 and not the 5.0 because just wasn't able to get to it. Need a little more horsepower. Oh. Greg, you're not going to give me a tool man grunt? There it is.
One receiver, one back. Coonley, handoff. Berger on the carry. And he got it over the 35 to the 36-yard line, and they're just going to run out the rest of this clock here. As that most likely will be the final play of the first half. Your score, 21-13. Here at the end of the second quarter.
Don't want anything finicky to happen here at the end. Just run this out, get out of the half, and make up that ground there in the second half of action as the Senecas are on top and lead 21-13 here at Frost-Kalnow after the first half of action, Nate.
That's right. We're going to step aside, take a timeout. We'll come back with the Buckeye IT Services halftime show. We'll have a little analysis of that first half. We'll get you down to the field to check out the marching band performances. All of that coming to you next right here on Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're watching high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
For high school students, this can be a fun time of year. Prom, graduation, summer vacations, etc. Sometimes students will attend parties that permit underage drinking.
There are serious legal consequences and liability issues for parents who serve alcohol to underage students. This could include fines, lawsuits, and even jail time.
Parents can be held responsible for underage drinking, even if they're not home when it happens. The best gift you can give your child is to be their parent, not their friend.
Don't be a party to teenage drinking. Parents who host lose the most.
Buckeye IT Services is a trusted partner for cybersecurity, fully managed and co-managed IT support. Municipalities, financial organizations, and mature businesses turn to them to eliminate IT stress and enable growth. Visit BuckeyeIT.com today to start your partnership. Make sure to check out this week's edition of the Heart of Ohio Sports Observer by Josh Morgret on heartofohiosports.com. Keep it locked in. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Legacy Federal Credit Union, your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
All right, and we're back with the Buckeye IT Services halftime show. Your score, Tiffin Calvert 21, Norwalk St. Paul 13. We're live once again here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall on the call with you. Greg Kinn, the Wizard, on the ones and twos. And we've got Austin Rodriguez on the camera, who is cooling down after that first half period because the sun got a little toasty there for a minute, but we're all good now. Once again, thanks for tuning in. I want to take a moment and thank all of our sponsors here for allowing us to bring you this matchup here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Thanks to Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Buckeye IT Services, Chicago Mexican Restaurant, Hope in Fostoria, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., Lee's Floor Covering, Little Hugo's, 5-Star Maintenance, DAH Wraps, CLOUSE Electric, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, Circle H Tire, CARMIE'S Barbecue and Grill, and BENCHWARMERS Restaurant and Delivery. All proud sponsors with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports. All right, well, we're going to break this one down as we get ready for the second half. But for now, let's send it down to the field so you can enjoy the marching band performances. First up, we have the Norwalk St. Paul Flyers Marching Band. Enjoy.
Our show with the 2005 hit from the Black Eyed Peas, who are one of the most celebrated hip-hop groups of their time, with a heavy sample of the 1962 song Mirsalou, which was featured in the classic 1994 hit film Pulp Fiction. This song carries one of the catchiest beats of the decade. Let's crank it up a little louder with the Black Eyed Peas. Pump it! Show with the 2003 debut single from American rock band The Killers, featured on their first album, Hot Fuss. The lead single skyrocketed up the charts and never came back down. It would become one of the most beloved songs in recent history, being named Song of the Decade in 2010, and then being ranked number 378 in Rolling Stone's 500 Greatest Songs of All Time in 2021. Please enjoy the band playing The Killers' incredible hit, Mr. Brightside. time, the St. Paul marching brass. St. Paul marching brass. I'd like to thank the Calvert band and the Calvert band for allowing us to perform here tonight. God bless and go Flyers! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Under the direction of Mr. Victor Welch, the Calvert Marching Band and Color Guard will be performing their movie-themed show. First, we will dive into the Marvel Universe with the Avengers theme. Making their debut in 1963, the Avengers are best known for their popular live-action movies. Here is the Avengers theme. Next, we will travel through the gates of Jurassic Park. This classic 1993 movie was ahead of its time, and the special effects still hold up to today's standards. Composed by John Williams, this timeless soundtrack is still used and enjoyed by many to this day. Enjoy our rendition of Jurassic Park.
To wrap up our show, we take you back to 1975 to the classic suspense thriller, Jaws. Creating a fear of the ocean and many to this day, this movie played in theaters for quite some time, raking in over $9 million. No need to be afraid of any sharks tonight, because Superman is here to save the day. Our finale is a combination of Jaws and Superman themes, perfectly wrapping up our movie-themed night. Be careful swimming out there, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, the pride of the Seneca Nation, the Calvert Marching Band.
And we're back here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall on the call with you. Greg Kinn on the ones and twos. The Wizard keeping us live. And Austin Rodriguez on the main cam today. Thanks for tuning in. We're live with the Buckeye IT Services halftime show. Once again, your score 21-13. Tiffin Calvert on top of Norwalk St. Paul as we get ready to start the second half here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. Tommy, that was an exciting first half. I mean, a lot of back and forth action. Aside from that one stop by that Calvert defense, this St. Paul offense has really been on the move. But the Senecas offense, the best way you describe it is they're sudden. And Tommy, they have just been all of a sudden tonight.
I should have put my journalism hat on a little bit more and went down there and kind of talked to Coach Steve Reister, because I'm itching and dying to know what the mentality or mindset is of these Calvert Senecas coming out here in the second half, as they knew coming in tonight they were going to get everything and more from the St. Paul Flyers. The Flyers came in 0-2. I know you look at the paper, you're like, okay, here's should be a nice win at home for the Senecas. That's not the case. You're talking about a St. Paul Flyers team that took on Huron and Edison in those first 2 weeks, and those are much bigger schools, and those games were more tightly contested. This Calvert Seneca squad, they still have a lot of room for improvement and growing as these first couple games have been underway. The offense has been clicking. The defense, though, that's one of the things that have allowed teams to hang around too long, to where, like I said, Calvert found themselves in a shootout in overtime last week trying to upend Monroeville, and now tonight they were gifted with plenty of opportunities, ahead 2 scores on the Flyers. They can't allow that to get away from them here in the second half. You need to build on top of these leads and control and dictate the pace of the second half.
That's absolutely right, Tommy. Let's take a look at some of the stats from that first half. For Tiffin Calvert, total offense, they had 9 first downs there in the first half, 14 rushes for 119 yards. They were 6 of 7 through the air for 87 passing yards, 1 touchdown, no interception, no turnovers, but they have committed 6 penalties for 50 yards. They're 2 for 3 on third down conversions. The St. Paul Flyers, by the way, the Senecas have 8 minutes and 39 seconds of time of possession. The Flyers, 13:56 on that time of possession mark.
That's a big differential from the way this game started.
Absolutely. So the Flyers have 25 rushes for 90 yards, 5 catches for 59 yards. They are 5 of 8 through the air. They just have 1 penalty, so playing very disciplined football here today. They are 3 for 6 on third downs and 1 for 1 on fourth down conversions. Leading the way for Tiffin Calvert, Jacob Rumback has carried the ball 4 times for 74 yards and a touchdown. Cal Warnament, 6 carries, 25 yards and a touchdown. As we mentioned, Harry Schultz, 6 of 7 through the air, 87 yards and a touchdown. Billy CLOUSE leading away, 3 catches, 48 yards and a touchdown. Jacob Rumback also has 3 catches for 39 yards. For the Flyers, Ben Berger, almost did it, caught myself. 14 carries, 59 yards, and the 2 scores for the Flyers, both coming on the back of Ben Berger. Let's see. Coonley through the air is 5 of 7 for 59 yards. And the Flyers receivers, Berger has 2 catches for 32 yards through the air. And that's pretty much the first half stats. Once again, thank you to Don Cook, the statistician up here in the press box, for keeping stats for us there in the first half. I know there are a lot of Columbian fans out there that are wondering, why is nobody over there covering that game? Well, I'll tell you why. Because, first of all, it's a long drive. No matter how many hours it is, it's a long drive. And we had to sell more sponsors this year if we wanted to be on the road every week. We couldn't. We sold as many as we could, but we're here. And we are thankful to be here. And we are thankful to all of you for tuning in here on the coverage. So,
and I mean, at the end of
this is the only Columbian game the entire year we're not going to be covering.
I was going to say, and at the end of the day, I mean, every team around the area is going to get their flowers.
Absolutely.
And we devote our coverage to those that, devoted themselves and their belief in Heart of Ohio sports over the years, and our sponsors and everything, along with our fans, they come first and foremost. And a lot of those sponsors, we've got them on boards because they want us to help support their schools, where their children go, where their nieces and nephews go, where their relatives go, where their friends and family go. So again, everyone's going to get their bite at the apple, as Calvert's going to get another bite at the apple here, as they were unable to get points on the board driving in the end of the first half. They'll come out with the ball to start this second half.
Billy CLOUSE on the return brings it back to about the 33-yard line before he's ridden out of bounds. So the Senecas have the opening possession here in the third quarter. We'll see what they do with it here.
Be huge for this Flyers defense to come out and get a quick 3-and-out, get a huge stop here to start the second half. Because that's exactly the way Calvert opened this one up on the Flyers. Flyers had the ball to open up things. They won the toss. They deferred to the second half, and they were faced with a quick 3-and-out to where the Calvert went on to score 14 unanswered from there.
Shotgun set, handoff. I believe that is Warnament on the carry. Good for about 2.5.
Pocket, or the gap start to close pursuit to the ball once again by the Flyers. Made that tough sledding.
Somebody watching from Wainwright, Alberta, Canada here today, Tommy. Also another one watching from Delaware, Ohio, Lee Shiley. Of course, that's why I couldn't find you, Lee. I brought your shirt today. You're in Delaware. Schultz slings it out right side, complete to Klaus, breaks a tackle, and Billy Klaus ridden out of bounds.
I hope Brett the Hitman Hart liked that one up in Alberta as Klaus takes that one along the sideline.
That referee was ready to take off 2 yards off that, and he's like, oh, I guess you did mark it there. All right, I guess I got to put it there. Ball at the 41-yard line. 2 backs in the backfield. Schultz takes the snap, handoff, run back, up the middle, bounces off a tackler, up to the 35-yard line. Jacob Rumback, the ball carrier, gets about 6 yards on the carry. And that is a nice gain on first down. Sets him up with a second down and short, about 3.5.
Isn't this about the most early aughts, late 90s situation that you've seen? Just the 4-4 against a bruising run.
There's another one watching from Mobile, Alabama. Of course, if you're watching from out of state or out of Tiffin, chime in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. Schultz back to pass, 2nd and 4, slings it over the middle, complete.
Wow.
Schumacher with a heck of a catch.
You saw the zone coverage there. Plenty of coverage there. Just what a way to come up, find that soft spot in the zone, and come away with a catch in coverage.
John
Greg,
Schumacher.
Replay of that?
Absolutely. Look at that. Prince Terry watching from Thailand. I like that. That's awesome. Ball
Right
at the 26, 1st and 10. Another UIS Insurance and Investments first down for the Senecas.
Actually came up as the coverage.
Handoff.
Backed off.
Ornament breaks a tackle, carries it forward, and he's down around the 15-yard line. Should be good enough for another first down. 11-yard gain there by Cal Warnament, and the Senecas offense once again on the move. This Calvert front is really doing a great job of opening up run lanes for this running game, Tommy. They have been really effective on the ground here today. Look at that broken tackle.
You seen Ornament was so fast that Roundback kind of looked up and was like, oh, I still got a block.
Look at that.
Schultz fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, and he's going to be down around the 5-yard line. Should be close to another first down, but hang on.
Better believe it.
They're trying to blow that play dead. What's the flag over here? I see a flag fly. Are they going to say that was holding?
Oh, that's holding.
Holding on the offense. Let's see if we can see where it happened.
Look here, designed option keeper here. The QB draw comes up there. It just had to been called in that backfield there. But once again, as the Calvert offense starts to drive into enemy territory, the wheel's starting to come off again.
Schultz slings it out. It's batted down as they tried to get it out to Rumback. But a nice job there off the edge.
Look at that.
Was that 58? I don't have a 58. Oh, 68. All right. That's Patrick O'Brien coming up to make that play. And that'll be a second down and long coming up here for Calvert.
Looks like it might have been
You say
maybe 68.
You say Patrick O'Brien?
58.
Patrick O'Brien. There is no 58 on the roster, so that's why I said it.
68. Yep.
68.
Yep.
Patrick O'Brien. Second down and long. Schultz, pitch out to the right for Warnament. Warnament hit at the line of scrimmage and falls forward for maybe a yard. But that'll bring up a 3rd and long. 3rd and about 18.
Nice job by the Flyers. Here standing tall, trying to get a defensive stop. As Calvert, we talked about how important this opening drive here in the second half was going to be for these two squads. If if St. Paul is able to get a stop, again, it changes the complexion. But if Calvert puts up a score here, again, you continue to be chasing if you're the Flyers.
Schultz back to
High
pass.
snap.
Looking over the middle. He's got Klaus in the end zone. Touchdown, Tiffin Calvert. Billy Klaus hooks up with Harrison Schultz from 23 yards out. And the Senecas extend their lead.
Well, that's the thing about Billy Klaus. He kind of gives you that carnation instant offense for the Senecas here as Schultz finds Klaus in the end zone. But after the play, a little shook up is Klaus. Definitely not the weapon you want out of your offense, especially at this juncture. But, Greg, once again, look at this. The Senecas continue to add on, keep that 2-score lead on the Flyers. You gotta just keep this up throughout the last 24 minutes here.
Once again, folks, if you're tuned in, you're watching, and you're like, man, this is really cool. How do I get involved? I want to advertise with these guys. Shoot us an email, hoosbroadcasting@gmail.com. We'd love to do business with you, help set up a marketing plan. We'll take your business to the next level. Extra point attempt is up, and it is through. And the Senecas knock it through. Cameron Lucius knocks through the extra point.
That was close to getting blocked.
Very
Let's
close.
see if I caught that one there. Yeah, he got in there. I'm surprised he didn't block that one. Let's see here.
Yeah, he was really close to getting a hand on that one.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Wow. I think he overran it, Greg. I think he ran past
It's not
it.
often you see that or even get the chance to come through the line that fast like that.
Watching from Norwalk, Ohio, like that.
It's great nephew.
For who? Norwalk or?
He's a Bajent. His nephew is a great nephew is on the team. Cam Bajent is his great nephew.
Yeah, one of the wrecking crew.
One of the big blue wrecking crew.
St. Joseph's Church, St. Mary's Church, CARMIE'S Barbecue and Grill, and your Lexington Federal Credit Union. Thank you for all that you do.
Let's take a look around the area at our First National Bank of Sycamore scoreboard. As the kicking unit onto the field, trying to kick this one off. Clyde leading Toledo Waite 35-0. That is at halftime. Bellevue on top of Shelby 21-20 in the third quarter. Columbian leading River Valley 35-27. That's in the third quarter. That game a lot closer than I think some people might have thought it was going to be. After last year, I think, what was it, 68-28 Columbian here at Frost-Kalnow?
River Valley is one of those schools that have been on the up and up in the Marion County area.
Yeah.
As again, I've looked for that program to grow for many years.
Hopewell Loudon leading Fostoria 34-6.
An interesting kick there. It's kind of almost like a squibbish type kick. Didn't get him very far. They recovered it real quick there up by midfield.
Edison leading Gibsonburg 28-6 at halftime. Carey on top of Lima Central 14-0 at half. And we'll check more scores after this play here. Handoff off the right side. And a nice little pickup there by Brock Hauk as he gets it up for about 4 yards. Sandusky leading Lorraine 22-12 at halftime. Monroeville all over Seneca East 26-0 in the third quarter. Once again, that game over on the X Stream. You can find that on YouTube. Search Heart of Ohio Sports X Stream. Handoff, Berger off the left side. Defense is right there to make the stop. Just a 2-yard gain. And a nice job by the linebackers coming up to make that stop.
I'll tell you, that Seneca East score is surprising to me, Nate.
Yeah.
After we talked to Coach Phillips this Tuesday on the coaches' quarter, we talked about how last week their defense was real strong against the run. Barely gave up, even 100 yards in that game?
Yeah.
And we kind of were expecting some more of that. We thought it was going to be a low-scoring, boxing match type affair over there. And Monroeville must have a bad taste in their mouth from last week, what the Senecas did to them.
We'll pitch out left side for Berger, trying to find some open running room. He breaks a tackle, carries it forward, and he's got the first down inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line. Nice run there on third down by Ben Berger. Lakota and Northwood tied at 7 at halftime. Well, of course, we have Coach Mike Lento out at Benchwarmers this Tuesday for the Coach's Corner, as Lakota will be invading Frost-Kalnow Stadium next week to take on these Calvert Senecas.
Look at that.
Fake the handoff. Coonley looking to pass. Defense does a nice job, stays with it. Oh, right through the hands of the intended receiver. Xavier Smith was wide open right at the first down marker, and Coonley hit him right where you don't want it, right in the hands.
Man, do you have a replay of that play, Greg? I love the personnel.
I did not catch that one, Tommy. I'm sorry about that.
Man.
Some of our comments here from some more of the people that are watching.
Greg Bush watching from Diamond Bar, California. I like that. That's awesome.
That just sounds like a cool place to be at.
Heck yeah. Diamond Bar. Hey, meet me at the Diamond Bar.
Diamond Bar, California, is that what you said?
Yep.
That's what it says.
And then we got Wolf's aunt and uncle watching from just over in New Regal.
Nurgle. Hand off to Berger, and he's got it up near the 35-yard line. That's good for about 3.
You know, that New Regal squad, they've been the best team in the area. They've been undefeated since 1929.
Right there with Old Fort and Bettsville.
What, in a rib eating contest?
Margaretta leading Mohawk 6-0 in the third quarter. Perkins on top of Rocky River 45-20. That Perkins team, boy, they've been putting up points in bunches this season. Pitch out to the right. Ben Berger on the carry.
Ooh, look at Berger.
Missed tackle. Berger into the open. And he's going to be brought down about the 10-yard line. But the Senecas were there to make the stop at the line of scrimmage, but Berger breaks the tackle and takes it for about 30.
Berger's almost given himself a one-man show out there. Given this team, it's a lot of time paddles to the drive that seemingly seem dead. That seemingly are dead in some instances. Berger just brings out the paddles, defibrillates the drive, and now they're driving into scoring position. As right up the middle to Berger, but he's met.
Defense stands him up and drives him backwards.
It's like a hop, skip, and a walk.
Hop, skip, and a what? Berger's got to be closing in on 100 yards now. He had 59 at halftime. Got to have about 40 on this drive. Hand off to Burt. Nope, that is
still driving, but Seneca.
And they're going to say he's into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, keep those wheels moving.
Pocos on the carry from about 4 yards out, plunges it into the end zone, and the Flyers draw to within 1 score once again. Actually, it's within 9, so still 2 scores.
Heard that one. Heard every bit of that one there on that run. Look at the extra effort here.
Oh, absolutely.
Bounces the outside, keeps fighting. Hit again, keeps fighting. Just gets across the plane.
And they line up to go for 2 here. 1 receiver out far to the right, 2 backs in the backfield. Coonley, handoff. Pocos on the carry, and I don't think he got there. He's going to be stood up and dropped before he gets to the goal line. So it is a 2-possession ball game with 5:45 left here in the third quarter.
Just stood up. Wow. Just stood up right there at the 1 yard line.
And again, if you're the Senecas, you got a 2-possession lead, but you're still seemingly playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And that's exactly the St. Paul. They came out on that drive, able to march downfield, but the Senecas' offense have been instantaneously successful.
I don't know if they're playing not to win because they've been scoring every time they had the ball.
You got to win in all 3 phases of the game, and that's the issue that's been facing a lot of these teams this season.
Let's take a quick commercial break here. We got about a 30-second commercial break. We'll come right back.
Keep it locked in. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Stop down to Benchwarmers in Tiffin or call it in for delivery. Fresh cut fries, locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call at 567-268-9268 and place your delivery order now. Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. You're locked in to the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
All right, and we're back here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium, set to kick off. as the Flyers tee it up. Billy CLOUSE fields it at the 20-yard line to the 25 to the 30, and he's going to be brought down right about the 31-yard line. Not a whole lot of running room there as the coverage unit did a nice job coming down, swarming around the ball carrier.
We have a fan here that says they're a TC alumni watching from Wharton. I actually know where Wharton's at.
Oh, yeah?
Tommy should, too. It's right down there in his little neighborhood. Not far from Upson.
I'm surprised we got internet out there in Wharton.
Shotgun set, 4 receivers, 2 on each side. Schultz back to pass, loads it up, slings it out right side, complete to Schumacher to the 40, and he stays on his feet, and he is down to about the 48-yard line. Second effort picked up about 5 yards after the initial contact.
Just disrespectful on the reception there for another first down. As in that instance, you saw some nickel defense right there by St. Paul, respecting the pass game, but it's all right there. Calvert able to find that open, that soft spot once again.
That was pretty cool, Greg. Schumacher gets the first down and then gets the first down graphic. Warnament into the open, and he is down to about the 40-yard line. But Cal Warnament once again picks up 12 on that carry. And I'll tell you, he's finding some space in the middle of that defense. And that's something that when we see this Norwalk St. Paul Flyer team, that's one thing I've always noticed. You can hardly ever run the ball up the middle on this team. Tonight, they've had a lot of success there, Tommy.
Ornament kind of gives you that silent assassin approach where before you know it, he's cut you up and he's out of there. And that's exactly what he's done to put this Calvert Senecas offense in a tremendous field position in short distance situations as well. Look at that keeper once
Schultz
again.
Going to carry it himself. Lowers his shoulder. Carries it out of bounds inside the 35 to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, and I love the moxie of Harrison Schultz's. That's really one of those more guts and brains type of plays. As you watch here, has the option to turn it up inside to where the tackle was able to wedge that blocker inside. But said he finds that, he's trying to find that edge, and he's going to force his way in a one-on-one battle against the defensive back, against the corner, Greg. It's just ridiculous.
Pistol formation, 3 receivers set, 2 backs in the backfield with Harrison Schultz. Takes the snap. Hand off to Rumback. Rumback breaks a tackle, has the first down inside the 25 down to the 21-yard line. Jacob Rumback with a gain of 10 and another first down for Tiffin Calvert. That's a UIS Insurance and Investments first down. Let's take a look at our First National Bank of Sycamore scoreboard as Tiffin Columbian leading River Valley 35-27. That score, according to ScoreStream, is at halftime. So we'll keep an eye on that one as that one progresses. Well, that Lakota Northwood game's a pretty good game. Tied at 13 in the third quarter. Seneca East on the scoreboard now, 26-7 over there on the X stream. And we got a flag, flies in. And a false start against Tiffin Calvert. I think one of those receivers got a little bit of a head start there. That lean, Tommy, you know that lean. Four receivers set, shotgun formation, 1 back in the backfield. Schultz fakes the handoff, loads it up, slings it out right side, completes it to Schumacher. He's got blockers out in front. He's got it down to the 15-yard line, down to the 13 before he's brought down, close to the first down marker. Boy, and Schultz has a quick release, Tommy. When he makes the decision to throw that ball, it's out of his hands quick.
Yeah, the type of offense Harrison Schultz provides ain't something you can get over the counter. That's quick release, bud.
Three receivers set. Hand off to Warnament. Up the middle, he's got it down to the 10-yard line. That'll be good for the first down. They're inside the 10 to the 9. And it's 1st and goal, Tiffin Calvert. And once again, this Senecas offense on the move. They have a 2-possession lead, looking to extend that out here on this drive.
So 2:45 here in the third quarter of action as both these teams, you know, St. Paul, they've found themselves behind the 8 ball early in this one, and the Senecas have just been trying to keep this one out of reach.
Handoff, run back.
Look at that.
Through the middle, and he's going to be down right around the 3-yard line. That's good for 6 yards. Jacob Rumback on the carry.
Defense are going to have to account for that, Nate, as Baby Rumback, any fool can see.
Did you? I thought you called him Baby Rumback.
He did.
Isn't that the song, Rip? Baby Rumback?
Yeah, I think that's exactly how
Any
it goes.
fool can see you need D if you're going to play against me.
Rumback on the carry, bounces it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tiffin Calvert. Rumback from 3 yards out, punches it in. And the Senecas on top, 34-19, pending the extra point.
You see part of the reason right there on your screen in that touchdown celebration. The hog mollies up front, clearing the way. As guys like Warnament and Rumback, they make it look easy, but they also got to credit that big offensive line. Greg, you want a couple carries? I think we can get you about 40 yards before this one's over.
And Lucius knocks it through. And it is 35-19 with 1:49 left here in the third quarter.
Senecas needed that one there.
They really did.
They haven't been able to really stop the Flyers here. You know, they've just been methodically driving down the field. So for them to give up the score, you want to keep ahead. You stay where you're at. You come back down and match them. Playing a little bit of their own game there. They kind of took some time off the clock on that drive.
Great point. And that's exactly what they needed to do. They needed to run a little bit of time off the clock. Obviously, you love those big plays. You love those 62-yarders on 1st and 10 when you just come out and you put one on the board real quick. But with this defense, they've been on the field most of the second and third quarter. They needed that long, meticulous drive to take some time off the clock, but also give that defense a chance to rest a little bit, you know?
That's a great point. That's what I said. It's like we keep talking about Calvert. You know, it's hard to say Calvert isn't in the driver's seat, but I want to say it's more so about controlling the tempo and the pace. That's what's eluded Tiffin Calvert, not so much, you know, winning the game. You know, we talk about the game being played in all 3 phases. Now Tiffin Calvert has a chance, like we talked about. As you dictate the tempo, control the pace, you allow those opportunities become fewer and fewer as the time continues to tick here. And Norwalk St. Paul, again, now they're down over 2 possessions.
A 16-point advantage for Tiffin Calvert. And Rumback kicks it away to the 25, up to about the 30 before he is drilled and ridden out of bounds.
And as these opportunities become fewer and fewer, Nate, that's what we said. Your possessions become all that much more important. With each possession, the Flyers have to continue to cut away at this deficit. I know we draw on it all night long, but 1:44 remaining here in the third quarter. You're going into the fourth quarter, and you got to make up a lot of ground.
Handoff. And I tell you, Tommy, they don't have a whole lot of time for those kind of plays. If you're going to get a big running play, that's fine. But these 3 yards in a cloud of dust, that only goes so far when you're down 16.
For this offense.
You only got about 13 minutes left in this game. You got to find some success through the air, and their passing game has been pretty efficient.
I was going to say their offense, in order for it to work correctly.
Coonley slings it out left side, and it's complete. He's got it to his receiver. A nice catch there.
Well, Greg, you can attest to from seeing me at our favorite sports bar, you live and die by the wing.
I was going to say, in order for this offense to work the way they intended to, you need your defense to step up here and get some stops for you.
Brady Daly on the reception. 3rd and 1 coming up here for Norwalk.
Rush up to the line. No wasted
Handoff.
motion.
Pocos on the carry, and I think he got it, but just by that second effort, because I'll tell you, the first hit had him behind the line. And that'll be good enough for a first down for the Flyers. Of course, first down's brought to you by UIS Insurance and Investments.
You know, I don't know if it's as much of a badge of honor anymore as it was when in my playing days and we didn't know better, but those are those type of plays where you see those front chips of those helmets right there above the face mask.
Berger on the pitch out to the right side, trying to find a little bit of running room, but a nice job in open field by Jacob Rumback to come up and make that stop from the safety position. And I'll tell you, Berger is still down after that hit, because Rumback, not only did he come up and deliver the hit, but he landed all of his body weight on top of him.
Let's see right there, the Berger.
I mean, this is just
by Rombach.
Picks him up.
Boom.
Probably drives him.
Using his own momentum, take him down to the ground there.
Oh, and those are those those are those dangerous hits where your shoulder goes down first. And I don't like to insinuate anything, but that's how my boy got hurt. And he had a broken collarbone.
And again, you got some of that absorption from the turf. And I mean, when you hit the grass, sometimes the grass is a little softer because the ground might be soft. But I mean, ordinarily on turf, I mean, it's as if the ground is rock solid. So when you
mean that rubber doesn't make you bounce?
It does make you bounce once you hit it.
Makes your head bounce.
Yeah. So again, when you get driven onto that turf, it just drives the wind right out of you.
Good to see Berger able to make it off the field on his own power there.
The only thing turf's ever done for me is make my ankles itch and have to wring out my socks with all the little turf, little rubber pellets.
Turf pellets.
Ugh.
Well, that'll be the end of the third quarter with Tiffin Calvert on top of Norwalk St. Paul, 35-19. We'll step aside, take a quick timeout, but we'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Keep it locked in. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Legacy Federal Credit Union, your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
And we're back here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall on the call with you. Greg Kinn, the Wizard, on the ones and twos. And Austin Rodriguez on the camera. Thanks for tuning in on Heart of Ohio Sports. Today's broadcast presented by XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Buckeye IT, and your Legacy Federal Credit Union.
Got some fireflies over there, you see?
Yeah. That's kind of cool. I like that. 2nd and 4. Coonley fakes the handoff. Now going down the field, he's got a man at the 20, at the 15, and Rumback's going to chase him down right around the 5-yard line. But they caught the defense sleeping there, and they got the big play they needed. Down to the 4-yard line, big-time play there by the Flyers.
Flyers, they don't want to go away into that soft night. They're keeping this one competitive and to the end, as right now down 16 points, knocking on the door, a chance to cut this down once again.
Coonley, handoff.
Right in the end zone.
And into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now you can feel comfortable in your own skin again if you're the Flyers. You can start implementing more of your game plan, as that huge reception right off rip to kick off the fourth quarter of action here put the Flyers in scoring position. And now that they've capped off that drive with a touchdown, uh-oh, Greg, it's your favorite thing. The complexion of this one has started to change.
And no, they don't make it into the end zone, so it stays a 10-point ball game. It is still a 2-possession ball game. 11:29 left to play here in the ball game. And now, if you're the Flyers, you got to come up with some answers for this Calvert offense because they haven't had a whole lot of them here tonight. I've only seen them punt the ball, I think, one time. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors. And first, we want to give a huge shout out and a thank you to one of our presenting sponsors, Buckeye IT Services. They're a trusted partner for IT solutions in Northwest Ohio, serving customers with commercial, residential, and municipal needs. They start by building a relationship with you and your company. At Buckeye IT Services, they want to know your pain points with technology and what you need to help your business succeed. They work with you to tailor a solution of best practices and new state-of-the-art equipment to eliminate IT pain for your business. Visit BuckeyeIT.com to schedule your initial consultation today.
Somebody must really like Buckeye IT.
Well, Tim Smith, if you're still tuned into the Calvert game, an update from Tiffin Calvert in River Valley. Damian Brockington, 79-yard touchdown drive, puts TC up 42-27 with 11:16 remaining in the third quarter, and that was as of, from what Twitter says, 1 minute ago.
I was going to say, can't be far off from where we're at here with 11:29 left.
Well, I don't twit, so.
That was a legend, legend there. Pat.
Short kick fielded by the Senecas, and they fall down right at the 48-yard line. Nice heads-up play there.
Like the idea behind it. Again, give your team a chance at it. As you see, the high squib will give Calvert the ball pretty dang close to midfield here to start this drive, Nate, as what a heads-up play by the special team. That's what we talk about. You get 3 phases of the game.
I think that was Parker Nye who came up with that one, not sure.
And we really haven't seen the special teams on display too much here tonight.
Schultz, quick pitch, run back off the left side, trying to find the edge.
What a
nice
play
job by that Flyer defense to come up behind.
Who is that, 68?
Big number 68, that's Patrick O'Brien once again making the stop. They're going to say no gain, but I'll tell you, he was close to losing a yard on that one.
Yeah, look at him just chasing down there. Boom. Great job by that big man.
Second down and long. Shotgun formation. Schultz drops back to pass, slings it left side for Klaus, breaks a tackle. Klaus cuts it inside the 40 down to the 38-yard line. Billy Klaus gives the Senecas another fresh set of downs. That's a UIS Insurance and Investments first down.
I was really in week 3 before I got to see an actual nice cut.
That was a nice cut.
See somebody's ankles left at the 40-yard line there. See right there, Klaus. Second chance. Skirt, skirt.
I don't know. There was a pretty nice cut job on our wrap that we had done from DAH Wraps. A really nice job. 4 receiver set. Schultz fakes the handoff, keeps it off the right side, and there is a flag that flies in, a couple of them.
Now, why do you throw that after he's past the second level there?
I think that was possibly... Yeah, it was a hold that sprung him to the second level.
I don't know if I see right here. Schultz decides to tuck it up outside the tackle there.
They're going to say that was a hold on Cam Bajent, but I'm telling you, he just stayed with this double team. I just don't. Refs had a better look at it than I do. So
as I said, realistically, at this level, you could probably call a hold on every single play, but huge gain negated as Calvert's going to face another huge, long first and distance situation.
Schultz slings it out for Klaus, complete up to the 40. The 39-yard line is where he'll be drugged down, so they get most of the penalty yards back, but it'll be a 2nd and long coming up. Of course, you mentioned that Columbian score update. That was a Damian Brockington 79-yard kickoff return for a touchdown.
Oh, I thought Tommy said a run. I didn't know it was a kickoff return.
I got that text from Austin down there running camera. She said it was
I heard Tommy say it was a 79-yarder, but I thought it was just a regular run. That's nice. That's where we talk about the fastest of the game coming into play right there. Special teams.
Shotgun formation. And a timeout called as Coach Reeser saw something in that defense he didn't like, and he said, no, hey, let's take a timeout. Let's talk about this.
And I would like to see exactly what this River Valley team that Tiffin Columbian's made out of, because potentially, Nate, you talk about Damian Brockington's performance. That Columbian squad is a team that has a chance to have 3 wide receivers that would be first team, a chance for a first-team running back, first-team quarterback. I mean, they are just loaded with weapons over there at Columbian. But right here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium, Calvert trying to hold on with 9:23 remaining here, cap off this drive with another score to extend that lead, as Norwalk wasted no time on their last drive, starting things off with fireworks to get themselves in the scoring mode and position to cut this one down to 10 after missing that two-point PAT.
Shotgun formation, 4 receivers set, 3 receivers off to the right. Billy Klaus by himself here on the left side. Schultz takes the snap. Looks left. He's got Klaus. He's open at the 10, and he's out of bounds inside the 10 down to the 6-yard line. Boy, the defense was peeking in the backfield, Tommy, and Klaus burned him. Schultz had a little shoulder fake to the left, and that made the defensive backs bite. Then he looked right and then came right back left, and Klaus was all by himself.
Oh, yeah.
What a nice shoulder fake there by Harrison Schultz. Whew.
More of that magic from the Magic Man.
Shotgun set, pistol formation here. Handoff. Oh! And Warnement's going to be brought down right at the 5. No gain on the play. As Big 54 coming in to make that stop from behind. Tristan Nicolai. Tristan Nicolai. Junior defensive tackle coming up to make the stop. 2nd and goal from the 5. Senecas threatening. And I'll tell you, if they punch this in and get the extra point, it is a 3-possession ball game, and we're inside of 9 minutes to play. With the way this Flyers offense has taken multiple first downs to get a touchdown here, this is going to be hard for them to come back if they can't come up with a stop here.
Yeah, this goal line D.
Schultz, handoff, run back up the middle, breaks a couple of tackles, still on his feet, carrying forward down to the 2-yard line. Well, they're going to say 3-yard line, so just a 2-yard gain. I guess forward progress doesn't count in high school football because he was down almost close to the 1-yard line. Because look at that. Look how close he got. That's like the 1-yard line.
He's fighting. I mean, and then there's the issue of the angle from up here.
Oh, yeah, we got a different angle up here, for sure.
Mark it from where they call it.
That's right.
And not after that next little push.
The bush push?
Yeah, I wish you got marked after the bush push.
Fake the handoff. Schultz going to keep it off the left side, trying to find some running room, and there's nothing there. That defense does a nice job sealing the edge there.
They have to.
And now 3rd and goal becomes 4th and goal from the 3-yard line.
Be careful with that bush push talk. He's already been suing enough people with defamation.
Discipline by that defense, giving Schultz nowhere to go there.
Well, 4th and guts here.
That's right. 4th and goal. Schultz takes the snap, looking into the end zone. He's got Klaus, but he overthrows him. Klaus had it.
It's going to be a turnover.
He beat his man, but
Nice
Schultz
job
unable to get it there.
by the Flyers defense. An imperative goal line stand by the Flyer D. Keeps them in it.
He beat his man because he gave him the inside look and then the dig to the outside. He had it. Schultz just a little too strong on it.
Yeah.
Just a little too much mustard on that one.
Well, you got a lot of real estate to work with, but we know how this meticulous Flyers offense works, and they very well could use the majority of this 6:46 remaining in the game to grind out huge chunk yardage to try to get this one back into one score. But they're not going to wait. It's Berger.
Oh, a nice run there by number 26, Brock Hauk on the carry. Junior running back. Gives the Flyers some breathing room here as they get it out to the 20-yard line. But with a 10-point deficit and inside of 7 minutes to play, I don't really anticipate seeing a whole lot of running here at the end of the ball game. But you never know with this offense.
Well, the breathing room was that goal line stand. I really think you could still work your regular offense right here on this drive.
Handoff, Pokos on the carry. Gets it up to about the 26-yard line.
But you got to have a little bit of sense of urgency. Not so much needing to run a 2-minute offense, but you up to the ball.
Score update from Tiffin Columbia, and they now lead 20 by 21. 48-27 is the score over River Valley. Coonley drops back to pass, slings it out. He's got it he's got it complete to his receiver, and his receiver breaks a tackle and then carries it up to the 35-yard line.
Now, are you only allowed to cut in the motion in the field, or are you allowed to cut in pass protection now again? You see right there, right out of the stance. Cut. Hold up the give the quarterback all the time in the world to make that quick screen.
Handoff. Short gain on the play, maybe about 5, and it's getting about time where they got to start picking up some big yards here, Tommy, as it is nice that they got a couple of first downs here, but they got to start moving the ball.
I'm Coach Livingood, I'm not sweating.
You still got 2 scores to make up here, so.
I got all my timeouts, and I'm driving.
2nd down and 5. Handoff.
Yeah, maybe about 2 or 3 there.
Sandor on the carry, and we have not seen Ben Berger since that hit by Jacob Rumback earlier back in the 3rd quarter.
Is that going to be he ain't getting anything on that?
I got a few yards, 32. Up to about the 44. So
I think I give him 3 out of that.
So 3rd and about 1.5 coming up. 2 backs in the backfield.
Look at this bunch look.
And a timeout called as, I'll tell you, John Livengood is heated right now. He came running onto the field.
Now is John Livengood?
Livengood.
Okay, I saw him coming out onto the field there. As soon as the timeout was called, I see him stomping out in the field.
Austin, is that accurate? How'd you get them stats? 6 touchdowns for Damian? Get out. Where'd you get that? Okay, well, she's saying that is accurate, so Damian Brockington evidently has 6 touchdowns.
Austin,
including a kickoff return. Take this time and thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here. Thanks to Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Buckeye IT Services, XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Hope in Fostoria, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., Lease Floor Covering, Little HUGO'S, 5-Star Maintenance, DAH Wraps, CLOUSE Electric, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, Circle H Tire, CARMIE'S Barbecue and Grill, and Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. 3rd and 1, handoff, Pokos stood up but surges through and picks up the first down to midfield at the 49-yard line.
We need a little bit of that turnabout being fair play if you're the Senecas here.
They'll mark it at the 50.
St. Paul able to shut the Senecas away on its last drive.
But now it's taken them 3 minutes to drive 45 yards here, Tommy.
Look at that pitch out. It's there.
Hauk on the carry, gets it up inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. And a first down for St. Paul. Clock will stop momentarily while they reset the chains. But now the clock continues to roll. We're down to 4 minutes to play here in the ball game. And the Senecas lead by 10. 35-25 is your score. Don't forget, over on the X stream, you can catch the conclusion of the Seneca East Monroeville game. Coonley back to pass, loads it up, going down the left side. It's incomplete.
Nice.
He was looking for his man.
Coverage there.
Brady Daly.
Nice recognition there in the secondary. As the double move inside there by the receiver, he had it.
Klaus was step for step with him, though.
Got better luck slipping Dawn past a rooster than getting one over Billy Krause in coverage.
Second down and 10. Ball at the 39. Coonley. Pitch to the left. Hauk on the carry. Breaks through the initial surge, and he's going to be brought down right around the 22, but the clock continues to roll once they reset the chains here. Ball marked at the 21-yard line. 3:30 left to play in the ball game. One receiver off to the right, one man in the backfield. They pitch to him off the right side. That's how once again.
There.
And he is drilled.
Ball came out.
Ball came out, and Lucas Recker might have it for the Senecas. Let's see how they rule it here.
I think they might call it.
And then it is Seneca's football.
I would have.
Boy, he took a shot. Watch this hit, folks. You want to talk about wrecking crew?
Oh, no. Pitch out.
Look at this hit from Billy Klaus.
Right there, the ball was out.
Billy Klaus knocked that one out.
Yeah, it came out, was bouncing around down by his feet.
And Lucas Recker recovers it for the Senecas. And with 3:17 left to play.
I tell you what, St. Paul had everything going its way. They come out, make a goal line stand defensively. The offense pinned on by on their own 2-yard line, march down the field, get within striking distance, and then just to cough it up on a turnover here with the game on the line, 3:17 remaining.
Pistol formation, Schultz on the handoff. They pull a couple guards, Warnament into the open. He's got it past the 20 up to the 24-yard line. They'll mark him at the 23.
I mean, again, there's no such thing as an ugly win, in my opinion, Nate. It's just that point differential at the end. That's all that matters. And if you're the Calvert Senecas, the way that you played this one, it was mistake-free football, and that's what really comes down. That's the difference.
That's a great point, Tommy. Pistol formation here. 4 seconds on the play clock. Schultz takes the snap. Hand off to Rumback. Up the middle. Bounces off a tackler. Gets the first down to the 28-yard line. And that is another UIS Insurance and Investments first down.
Yeah, you didn't want them to convert there. My thought process was, again, St. Paul was just going to march it, jam it down Calvert's throat, get in for the score, and try that nice pooch punt, or that nice pooch kick on the ensuing kickoff. Try to get it back.
That's a sound strategy.
Yeah, before the fumble, I mean, that's exactly what was happening.
Because Calvert took over from the 50 on their last drive, unable to get points out of it. What's it going to hurt to do that again?
Pistol formation, hand off to Warnament. Trying to find some running room. Nice block by Rumback. And Warnament sprung into the open. 45, 50, and inside flyer territory down to the 45-yard line. Cal Warnament just absolutely sprung by a beautiful block from Jacob Rumback.
Who's that, Shoemaker?
Can we get that replay? Yeah, look at this block from Jacob Rumback. Watch this block. I mean, you can't ask for much more. Bah!
Staying with it.
What a play. Ball at the 44-yard line. Another UIS Insurance and Investments first down. 1st and 10, handoff, Cal Warnament on the carry. And Warnament carries it forward. Actually, that is run back on the carry.
I mean, St. Paul knew on that last drive that was their last bite at the apple, so to speak. With that turnover, you know, again, they're not going to use those timeouts, not even going to. I can't remember the last time I've seen a Norwalk St. Paul Flyer team start off 0-3.
1991 was the last time it happened, Tommy.
Yep. Jeez, be quick on the whip with that.
I read it earlier today. I was doing a little research. That was
haven't seen it, Tommy.
That was a Josh Morgret article there. As Schultz takes the knee in the backfield, they're just going to, I guess that's victory formation for the Senecas.
He took a knee. I'm not really sure what the other guy did. Took a belly. He just kind of flopped down.
Let's take a look around the area at some of our other scores. Bellevue leading Shelby 35-33 in the fourth quarter. That's a heck of a ball game there. Columbian on top 48-27 over River Valley. Lakota and Northwood tied at 13 apiece. Cary leading Lima Central 28-7 in the fourth quarter. Monroeville all over Seneca East 40-13 in the fourth. And that is going to do it here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. Your final score, 35-25, Tiffin Calvert over St. Paul. And a big win for these Senecas as they move to 3-0 on the season. And the Flyers fall to 0-3. We'll step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back with the postgame show brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Keep it locked in. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go, Heart of Ohio Sports.
Little HUGO'S is Tiffin's longest-running ice cream store, in operation since 1949. A local family-owned business, you know them because of those famous shredded chicken sandwiches and their delicious fresh lemon slushes. Stop by today, take advantage of their convenient drive-thru, where you're sure to find something for the whole family to enjoy at Little HUGO'S on West Market Street in Tiffin. It's time for high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Why go to Lee's Floor Covering in Tiffin? Because at Lee's Floor Covering, they know that selecting the right flooring for your home can be overwhelming. They make choosing the right items for your home simple. At Lee's Floor Covering, they have one of the largest selections of floor covering in Northwest Ohio, including Abbey Carpet and Floor. Stop in and see for yourself what everyone raves about at Lee's Floor Covering in Tiffin.
Small business owners need somebody that can open the door to financing. And at First National Bank of Sycamore, we love opening the door for financing opportunities.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports. You're watching high school football on Heart of Ohio Sports.
For high school students, this can be a fun time of year. Prom, graduation, summer vacations, etc. Sometimes students will attend parties that permit underage drinking.
There are serious legal consequences and liability issues for parents who serve alcohol to underage students. This could include fines, lawsuits, and even jail time.
Parents can be held responsible for underage drinking, even if they're not home when it happens. The best gift you can give your child is to be their parent, not their friend.
Don't be a party to teenage drinking. Parents who host lose the most.
Buckeye IT Services is a trusted partner for cybersecurity, fully managed and co-managed IT support. Municipalities, financial organizations, and mature businesses turn to them to eliminate IT stress and enable growth. Visit BuckeyeIT.com today to start your partnership. Make sure to check out this week's edition of the Heart of Ohio Sports Observer by Josh Morgret on heartofohiosports.com.
All right, and we're back here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. We are live with the Your Legacy Federal Credit Union post-game show. Nate Mullins, Tommy Hall on the call. Greg Kinn, the Wizard, on the ones and twos. And we have Austin Rodriguez. She is, she's on the camera, but she's actually going to chase down Billy CLOUSE, our player of the game. Once again, we'll have our Little HUGO'S Player of the Game award here in just a moment. But an outstanding performance by these Tiffin Calvert Senecas, as they nearly had two 100-yard running backs here tonight, as Jacob Rumback ran for 108 yards. Cal Warnament just over 90 yards. 2 touchdowns for Rumback on the ground. But Billy CLOUSE, I think Tommy had probably the play. He probably had the performance of the game. 8 catches, 152 yards, and 2 touchdowns here tonight for Billy CLOUSE. He will take home the Little HUGO'S Player of the Game award. But what an outstanding performance by the entire team today, because that's exactly what it was going to take to beat this Flyer squad.
Yeah, it was really one of those games where, Calvert came in razor sharp, and I don't think the Flyers, coming into tonight after uncharacteristically starting off 0-2 on the season after some heartbreaking losses to Huron and Edison, coming in tonight was a chance for Coach Livingood to right the ship, and trying to play spoiler on the road against these Calvert Senecas, especially this season, was going to be a tall task and a tall order in of itself. So we knew right from Jump Street that this one was going to be, a fully contested 48 minutes, even with Calvert with a 14-point lead for the majority of the game. It still never felt safe, and Calvert, they got up early, and they were able to execute and play mistake-free football for the last 48 minutes, to where again they were able to come away with the victory and continue to add on to the scores and show up defensively when they needed to, right at the end with the huge turnover to turn the Flyers away.
And we're waiting now on Austin Rodriguez to corral Billy CLOUSE, as it's a sea of blue down there on the sidelines. So we're going to step aside, take a quick timeout, but when we come back, we'll break this one down a little bit more, and hopefully we'll have our player of the game brought to you by Little HUGO'S.
Eric would have had him by now.
Yeah, stop. Don't be like that.
No, he's right there. Billy, go ahead, take a break. Billy's coming in here. We'll let him catch his breath.
All right, we'll step aside. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Keep it locked in. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Stop down to Benchwarmers in Tiffin or call it in for delivery. Fresh cut fries, locally sourced ingredients, and phenomenal service. Give the Tiffin store a call at 567-268-9268 and place your delivery order now. Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery. You're locked in to the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports.
All right, and we're back here at Frost-Kalnow Stadium. Nate Mullins and Tommy Hall with you here in the press box, and we have our Little HUGO'S Player of the Game, Billy CLOUSE. An outstanding performance today, 8 receptions, over 150 yards, and 2 tutties. How's it feel, man, getting that big double for St. Paul?
Feels great. St. Paul's always circled on our schedule, and for the past, the 2 years I've played St. Paul, oh God, it always sucks playing them. Last year went down by like 3 at halftime and then got smoked in the second half. But this year, stood strong, and our O-line played amazing.
The big blue wrecking crew.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So talk about, this got to feel like a monkey off your back a little bit, right?
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of a weight lifted. The feeling on the sideline, what was it like tonight?
Everyone had the energy up. Normally, we have to really get everybody going. But today, everyone was just trying to fire everybody else up.
Nice.
Oh, it was great.
That's awesome.
I know during the early stanza of the season, when you get into your campaign, a lot of times this year, especially, Calvert not scheduling any cupcakes on this schedule. Coming out strong, week 1 against backyard rival Mohawk, then a tightly contested game against Monroeville, and now tonight.
2-1 now about Monroeville.
Now tonight against a litmus test in of itself each and every year, St. Paul. Again, 19-9 in the history of this battle. Now went to 19-10, closing in on that a little bit more. But it's definitely got to feel good for you as in this program, especially as a senior, knowing how much this win how big this win actually is for you and your senior campaign, and as you guys continue on this roll of success. So tonight you were definitely instrumental. I just have to ask again, when you're playing a team like this, you guys were able to get out ahead. You were able to get out ahead early, but they just weren't going anywhere.
No.
They were able to put together long, sustained drives. But what was going in your head down there in the red zone when you guys finally, as they're marching down the field, you're playing into their game plan, the time's expiring, and then you guys come up with a huge turnover there. Take us through that moment.
Like you said, a monkey off our back. That was just the biggest relief ever, knowing obviously they're a running team, so the clock's always running. The clock's always running. And they ran on the clock. We got the ball. I mean, that's just greatest feeling ever.
That's awesome. So when you poked that ball out, I mean, what a hit, by the way, but I mean, when that ball came out, were you expecting that to happen? I mean,
you always hope for the best.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess my question is, were you trying to knock the ball out there, or did it just happen from the hit? Because, I mean, that was a heck of a collision, man.
I was just trying to, lay a lick.
You did.
Pop the ball out.
I was going to say, you like getting your head in there and making some hits, don't you? Because only a guy who's not all there that plays this game would say, I just go in there and I hope for the best. Hey, stick my nose in there, hope for the best. Let's see what happens. So that is the right type of mentality to have, especially because, again, at the end of the day, it's all fun for these 48 minutes, and these are the memories that you take with you. But in this 2023 campaign, these are the type of wins that stick with you. And, again, Billy CLOUSE and the rest of the Senecas and company came in, took care of business at home, and you're definitely one of the reasons why the W's posted there on the scoreboard. So enjoy your gift certificate to Little HUGO'S. What's the go-to there?
What's the go-to at Little HUGO'S? What do you go for?
Oh man. I'm a simple guy, like a strawberry shake.
Ooh.
Shakes are my thing.
All right, I like that. All right, well, you don't have to shake and bake your way down them steps. We'll get you that gift card, all right?
Yes, sir.
I appreciate all your time. Thank you very much.
Can I say one thing?
Absolutely. Give a shout out.
It's my mom's birthday today. Happy birthday, Mom.
There you go. That's awesome, man. Happy birthday, Mom. All right, once again, your Little HUGO'S player of the game, Billy CLOUSE. Outstanding performance, young man.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thanks to all of you for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Pretty much going to do it for us here tonight.
Yeah, young man loves his mama, so we encourage you, the listeners and the watchers out there, subscribe to our YouTube, social medias. Call your mama, tell her that you love her, and tell her that Heart of Ohio Sports got the Calvert Senecas on for you each and every week right here on Heart of Ohio.
That's right. And once again, I want to thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to be here and broadcast tonight's ball game because, boy, we had a doozy here tonight. Thanks to Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Buckeye IT Services, XCARET Mexican Restaurant, Hope in Fostoria, First National Bank of Sycamore, UIS Insurance and Investments, STEINMETZ Signs and Graphic Inc., Lease Floor Covering, Little HUGO'S, 5-Star Maintenance, DAH Wraps, CLOUSE Electric, FEASEL'S Frame and Collision, Circle H Tire, CARMIE'S Barbecue and Grill, and Benchwarmers Restaurant and Delivery, all proud sponsors with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports. All right, folks, that's going to do it. Your final score, Tiffin Calvert 35, Norwalk 25. For Tommy Hall, Greg Kinn, and Austin Rodriguez, I'm Nate Mullins, signing off from Frost-Kalnow Stadium. Have a great night, everybody. Make sure you share the video, follow, subscribe. You've been watching Heart of Ohio Sports.